right, and we're live. This is the first podcast for Slash All Season 2. I have
Hey,
with me
yo.
Sinja and
Yo,
Redicus.
Hello.
All right, I got a little cheat sheet of what we want to run through. First topic of business. First of all, welcome everyone. And second, we're going to try to do these weekly throughout the season. Do like a week recap as well as kind of looking forward to the matchups for the next week and things like that. So definitely keep your eyes and ears out. Now my Discord is going to pop up a ton because I'm doing screen capture. But um, keep an eye on the Discord, and we'll post when we're going to live with these. And then we'll also post the recordings afterwards. So,
hmm.
all right,
Can I spit something out?
yeah, please do.
Uh, Not only keep up to date with us in the Discord on listening in, but if you want to participate or get involved or just be featured on the podcast, let us know in the Discord. Like this is fairly welcome to everybody, as many of the players who are wanting to be involved in production like this, like you're welcome to. You just gotta let us know.
Okay, I'm about to turn off my Discord notifications.
Right?
Got it. All right. Okay, so first thing we want to start off was a recap of season one because we never really did like an official recap of season one. So I guess to start it off for the regular season, to run it down kind of just for the regular season, not the playoffs, seeding wise. I don't have it pulled up right now, but we had number one TSI, number two CTP, number three TBG, number four Naughty Boys, number five Goblins, and number six Blue Team. We had two other teams drop out halfway through the season. Those were Straw Hats and Bards Meeps. And I kind of have here on my list that both of those teams dropped out. A team that we don't have here in the upper division anymore, but CTP is going to be participating in the lower division. But the team that knocked them out was CTP. You remember back to those good old days?
I do.
Yeah.
Mental was something that was pretty evident in first couple of days. You were not
The
the trash talk. CTP was gonna
the
mess you
C
up.
yeah, CTP was the king of the mental game.
They were. They are the sole reason that we created the Smack Talk channel in the Discord. Them alone, we're like, man, these guys talk way too much. They need their own channel. And it was basically just Yellow Goon and CTP going back and forth, and now I feel like they're best friends. So I would say it's a
Yeah,
success.
now they hold hands permanently, so
and then like that was the regular season, the rundown. It was kind of wild. It was our first season, so a lot of teams really didn't know what to expect. So once things kind of settled in and we hit the playoffs, one of the biggest storylines in the playoffs was our number one and number two seed lost in their first. They got a bye, but in the second round they ended up losing to their matchup. So we wanna. That's a little personal subject. I don't know if Sinja, you wanna talk about that a little bit. You had a hand in that.
oh man. So, first off, this is also gonna lead into like the next topic, but TVG pulled out a secret weapon against Blue Team and I mean not Blue Team, CTP.
They did.
And
I think they did it
absolutely,
against Blue Team too. I
yeah,
think
they
he
did it
played for
against
them.
Blue Team, but it became really apparent versus CTP.
It did. Yes.
Like just like the level of it, and honestly, it just kind of ended up in like two crushing defeats for CTP, where it didn't really look like they had much fight in it.
I will say the first game that they played CTP, they picked their whole scaling comp with like Kale, Nasus. I can't remember who was in the bot
Yeah,
lane.
Kale, Nasus, I don't
Sivir.
remember
It
who
was
else it was.
Sivir.
Yeah, Sivir, and they were ahead early, but they still lost the
Yeah,
game.
they completely reversed the script. They were way ahead early with the scaling comp, and then later on in the game, kind of came down to a dragon fight that they ended up losing it,
Yep.
where Dreadnought, the alleged secret weapon that you were talking about, had a quadra kill to pull them back into that game, and then the series kind of never swung back in CTP's favor after that.
Yeah, and then on the other side, the fifth seed versus the first seed, kind of just boiled down to I would say confidence, actually.
I think I agree, as well as being on TSI, obviously, a lack of practice. You told me in the back channel that you guys went into it expecting to lose, and we went into it expecting to win. And it was just kind of from there. You guys played with nothing to lose, and we just underestimated you guys.
Yeah.
Is what
So
it is.
like in reaction to Dreadnought, like we say it was like a secret power. Um, actually no, this is perfect because we just watched Oppenheimer. It's like was it ethical? Maybe not. Was it within the rules and doable?
Yes.
100%.
Yep, it was. It was. Yep.
Um, so like I'm just curious what route you guys want to go down. We could talk pretty technical about what we as a league have done in reaction to that. Or I would be really curious to hear, do you guys think that your guys' current season 2 teams could stand up to season 1 TBG?
I believe so. I believe we have about 3 or 4 teams here that can stand up to season 1 TBG pretty well.
I would agree with that. Yep. I
Because
haven't had a chance. Yeah.
a
Haven't.
lot of these current teams would really like show how weak the jungler for TBG was at the time, and also their bot lane would also look like a weak point, I think.
Yeah, I definitely think that, and Sinja and I were talking about this earlier today, that the competition for season two in the upper division has definitely leveled up, and I think we're gonna see a lot more. I think parity is the right word to use. Parity amongst the league, a lot more competitive matches, and definitely looking forward to that for season two. So heading
Right.
into the finals, we talked about the two upsets. Heading into the finals, we had our two all-pro mid laners were going to be squaring off in the finals, and there was a little competition presented by you, Senja, for a Yumi 1v1. You want to tell us how that went?
So like I didn't expect Himboy to go tank, but yeah, he went tank and just audited me a lot. I don't know what else to say.
So if anybody's wondering between what's now TSI Aguri, at the time TBG Aguri, and Sinja, who is the better Yumi in a 1v1, it is Aguri, and we have the proof.
Yeah, but as we saw in the final, Sinja will solo kill Aguri.
What did you say?
I
22 times? You had a 22 kill game in the finals, didn't
I
you?
think it was like 29.
Did you guys
Something like
win?
that. Listen.
as
You-
somebody who's always enjoyed the like off on the side goofy game styles, like what was the um Nexus Blitz, like just ridiculousness that went on in that game mode. I love the idea of just like these little Yumi 1v1s, or like the 1v1 tournament coming up that uh Godwick is running. Um what's more? Like the only other one I can think of is like the Scion drifting.
Mundo Dodgeball is another fun one.
Yeah, we could do Mundo Dodgeball.
Yeah. I think, who did I beat in Mundo? I think maybe I beat Gecko in Mundo Dodgeball. I beat someone. It was fun.
Mm. I saw I sent this to you like a couple weeks ago. I found it on a post. But it was a custom protect the bot
Oh,
2 team.
yes. Yeah.
And I'm like, we have to do this because the legend of Darius bot has to live on. The
That is
legend of
true.
Darius bot has to live on.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. A little game mode where basically it's 4v4, but each team has a bot, and the idea is to protect your bot versus the other team's bot. And
Ooh.
it would be very fun. It's like that Overwatch game mode with the tank or whatever that you're escorting through the base.
Push the payload.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So back to the finals. TBG ended up winning that and commanding 3-0, although not for the lack of a very exciting finals. As Sin just said, we had our, I think, longest and highest kill game as the game three. Sinja getting some 29 kills on Zed, was it? I think.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Zed. So definitely electric. TBG, who they're like I called them the fanatic of slash all league. They came in here, won the first season, and then they're no longer in the league because they're just better. So they've moved out. And with that, a shout out to those who donated. We had like a $210 prize pool that we were able to distribute to the two teams. TBG getting obviously a larger chunk of that, and then the Goblins getting a piece of that as well. And so, with that being said, that's kind of a wrap of our season one. Looking forward to season two. Now we have two divisions. We have an upper and a lower division, with the upper division having started today, and our first match going on as we speak. And then the lower division, still looking for two teams. If you're out there, Gold 1 cap, still looking for two teams to start up that lower division. Once we hit those 8 teams, we'll go ahead and get that rocking and rolling. But Senji, you want to go through some of the returning teams for this season?
Okay. All right. So, for the first returning team, it's probably a fan favorite. It is TSI with coming back with almost every single player I think made like All-Star.
I did
Their
not.
first All-Star team.
Me and ADC did not.
Okay. Except you and the ADC, because I guess y'all are just like not good enough. We also have the MVP of season 1, yes?
Yeah.
Smuggler.
Yeah.
And the all-star mid laner, Aguri, joining TSI, and Brendan role swapping to bot lane.
Exciting.
Yeah.
I'll let you do your analysis of that, because I mean, I'm back to my comfort role. Definitely not like Andy Knock to the ADC that we had before. He's awesome. He's still on the roster as a sub. Agent Stutter, shout out to him, Kevin. So anytime that I'm not there, we're not skipping a beat with our second ADC. So. Couldn't pass up a chance to get the best mid laner in the league, though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you guys definitely came like if this was like in like any other sport that you had like like NBA, you know, infamous, crazy infamous for the off season and people just up and leaving teams. Like you guys walked away winning the lottery, and I think when it came to this off season, picking up like you have the MVP from season 1, and he picked up the runner up for MVP.
Yeah, we'll see if that translates. So far in scrims, we've been trying a lot of new things, so I will say that, but hasn't gone quite up to par. But at the same time, I think we are improving as a team overall, and I'm super excited. We have some new ideas that we're excited to flex on everybody in season 2.
With we're going over upper division now, right?
Yeah.
So one team I'm really excited to come out for upper division is Ward Seekers. So like one of the reasons that we split into upper and lower division is like blue team was an awesome team, amazing people, great attitudes, but there was just an experience gap there. They had some just lower bronze players. So Ward Seekers is the kind of evolution of blue team as its Yosef has gotten a higher ranked team put together, and that one is one that I'm ready to see be the dark horse come out of left field.
They play together.
That's one I'm the most excited to see.
Yeah. And they play together a lot, so definitely not someone to scoff on. Excited to see. I think it's use of something like Emerald 1 and Flex, so they play a lot of Flex together, so they're a strong 5v5 team for sure.
All right.
You want to I'll give a rundown. Inferno Wolf Esports kind of coining the new TBG role, renamed, rebranded, with the all-pro second team. Mid laner Sinja coming back, and then Bredicus didn't play last season, playing this season. He's going to be in the support role. And then Letters, and then James Yankees 66, as well as Ajuka. I haven't seen a few of those players, but I'm definitely one of the higher ranking teams in the league, and excited to see what you guys have to bring to the table. Like definitely, like you were talking about, kind of. I think you guys were a little bit branching off from TBG, so improvement in the jungle. Probably apples to apples in the top lane. Bredicus getting to step in, and then a new ADC as well.
I feel like an old man, like I'm coming out of retirement.
Another team that I don't think you can count out is Fish's team.
Oh yeah, Fish single-handedly, in my opinion, as a TSI member, upset TSI in the playoffs last season. His
I
jungle
wouldn't say
pressure.
single-handedly, Mr. Solo killed by mid laner, but you know.
I mean, you kind of just piggybacked on top of him.
Not
But
really.
Fish FRFX, super aggressive jungler. Excited to see him for season 2. His pressure in the jungle, we just weren't prepared for it, and we were not able to make the on-the-fly adjustments from his early level invades, just choosing dually type junglers and then just coming into our jungle in the early pre-6 levels, as well as the best misfortune in the league. We'll see if the champion gets slotted down in the support role. Chrono missed, otherwise known as Chromester, down in the support role. Our Jester, another player that I'm excited to watch in the ADC role. I think we just across the board all roles have kind of upgraded.
We've got, and then we have to talk about Goon Squad and like the amount of organization and like teamwork that has been thrown together, just completely under the noses of the moderate. Not like in a bad way. Like we just didn't ask for this. This has all been Yellow Goon and its Gecko coming together and banding together and creating an organization, which is insane to see. Like as somebody who personally is all for teamwork and community, like what they've been doing is like magical.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. Goon Squad, led by Yellow Goon and its Gecko, two members of Goblins from last season, creating an org together. They also have a team in the lower division, the lower division, as well as they have a diamond team. So, four teams over the course of like a month that they've been able to put together. So, super excited to see what they have in store for us.
We'll have to keep our eye on it and see how successful is it. But just the amount of effort it takes to create an organization, band together four teams. Like they are the C9 of Slash All, and they'll live or die by it.
Yep. So that being said, that's all the returning teams. We have two new teams coming back this season. Some great names and great logos, I have to say. We got the Banana Hammock Haymakers and the Clown Brigade, who are a team of players over in our partner server, AKG, which is Animal Kingdom Gaming. They put together a team to play in our upper division this season.
I think it is the best team name I've heard for any like just competitive thing. Like I think about like pickup basketball, but Hannah Hammock Haymakers.
Say that one
Like,
9 times fast.
say that times, and then you have the banana with the boxing gloves for the logo. Like, give them a trophy
Yep. Hey,
already.
and I don't know if this is what it came out of, but as you can see, their captain, Nefers, his summoner name is Vi. He's a Vi top player, and he was throwing haymakers when we were in the game with him, going full crit, split push Vi, giving former MVP Smuggler a run for his money, with a unique build, something he's not used to. That's the only experience. I don't have any experience with Clown Brigades. I'm excited. We played them week one. Obviously, one of their coach Noah, he's also an admin over in the AKG. So I've talked to him a little bit. They have a lot of cool stuff going, and I kind of want to like bridge that into some of the upcoming events that we have for this season. So like I said, we as well as our normal season 2 for Slash All, our single round robin best of 3 matches. If I switch over here to the schedule, if you look, we have like a mid-season break that we're going to take. We're calling it the Ring of Champions event with AKG. And what they've put together are these 3 events that they're calling the Trials of Champions, Trials of Solitude, and Trials of the Abyss. So 3 tournaments that we're going to have. The first one, Trials of Champion, we're going to take the top 2 teams from our 2 divisions, as well as the top 2 teams from their 2 divisions, put them in a 1-game single elimination bracket for a $100 prize pool that they are covering.
Dude, it's MSI for an amateur league. This is like just incredible.
Yeah, super excited for
Like,
that. Those guys are awesome.
and will they be joining us on the cast desk?
I
At all?
haven't reached out obviously for that event. I'm sure they'll send some people over. I haven't talked to them about doing any sort of cross play. I know it's kind of even like the play-by-play you could do or the color casting or anything like that, but maybe with some unfamiliarity with the players in our league, it would be a little bit difficult for this to keep the storylines going. But definitely would be interested to see if we can't help each other out in the production environment. I know they have a lot of organizations and tools that I've been using already that they've provided for us.
And that just like I think is a perfect transition, just like because this is gonna be our podcast, and I want to like one of the things of this is like this is our diary, like this is where we can just recap our journey as a league. And he's here right now. Skiz the legend is going to be joining us in the casting and production realm of the league. Welcome,
How's it
Skiz.
going, gentlemen? I'm not making my best debut. I worked 10 hours today and totally just passed the hell out and did not wake up until like 10 minutes ago.
Hey.
And I realized I got pinged like 80 times, and I apologize.
No, that's all right. We've been running through it. Excited to have you. I
Hey,
did a
you
little
guys are-
makeshift stream for us, so we're
Hey,
working
you're
it
kicking
through.
her off strong. I appreciate it. My apologies
No
to
worries.
everybody involved.
Yep. We have a
I'll
few
set an
other.
alarm next time.
Go ahead. What'd you say?
Oh no, that was it. I said
Okay.
I'll set an alarm next time. I didn't expect to sleep that long.
Yeah.
I get it.
To go along with Skiz, we also have Red, who we announced as who's going to be taking over the title of commissioner for the lower division, but we're going to be helping him out. He's basically just got a nice title. Excited to have him. He's also going to be helping us cast, as well as Baby, Gecko, Brett, myself, Sinja. So we got a big team. Looking forward to producing these games for you guys.
So that's production and casting, kind of the team that's come together. So same thing with this podcast, like in the Discord. If you are interested in helping out, like interested in joining the team, literally just reach out. Like we can't include you if we don't know. We're not trying to keep this like closed in. And the more people, the less pressure on I can be there in Skiz's position. Like I work Starbucks. I've got 40 hours a week. There are some times where I am sacrificing a bit of my sleep schedule to get a cast in, and so the more people we have, the just better that is for everybody's overall health.
Yeah.
And not just necessarily just for casting too. Sorry to cut you off. For the podcast too, we're always looking for topics. If anyone has any, scoops or opinions or something, we're probably gonna be looking for some guests here. We have the podcast topics chat. If there's something you think should be covered, I don't know. Maybe we could. I'm not too up to date on leagues where I'm at, but like when new champions are around the corner, maybe we do a little preview for that, or I don't know, something like that. We just keep it open, keep it fresh, and go off of what you guys think as well as what we come up with.
Sure. So what I want to close this podcast out with is a little preseason power ranking / predictions that we threw together. Now, this being said, almost all the teams are brand new, so these are at best guesses.
Hey, Brendan, I
what's
know
up?
you want to keep it short, but can we do a quick rundown of the new moderators team? Because that's changed a bit too.
Sure.
Or
You
I
have
can
it?
do it.
Oh, okay.
So we started off last season. Moderators team was me, Brendan, Aguri, and FX Voids. Halfway through the season, Yellow Goon stepped up, joined the team. Since then, going into season 2, we have also added in Red, our Jester, and Luigi, also known as Dylan. And that's our moderator team. All really level-headed, really smart people who I deeply respect and admire. But so the league can just know who the staff is. That's your moderator team.
Yeah. No, that's good to run that down. Those are the guys that if you have any questions, reach out to us. We always are available to answer questions. If anybody has any format or rules or scheduling or anything, hit us up and we'll answer all your questions. No stupid questions. All right, so back to the power rankings. I threw up in the doc. Now these are a little bit me and Sinja's consensus. So Brett, or I know Skiz doesn't know a ton of the players, but if you have
I'll
any,
rip it
yeah,
apart with some random guesses here.
Roll the dice.
So, all right,
Roll the
let's start off
dice.
with number 1. And this is what I put. Sinja obviously put it because he's confident in himself. I put Inferno Wolf Esports up there, number 1 power ranking. They have returning Sinja. They've got, we faced him in a scrim, lost to the scrim. I know Brett's been telling me that they've been doing well. So I have you guys up at number 1. So I know you guys aren't going to really dispute that one.
Oh, I don't know. Goon Squad, Blue kind of scares me. Just because like that's the one that Goon's on, and that might just be because it's like he's support and I'm support, but for Goon to put together an entire team, I'm terrified of what that guy can do.
I
Yep.
also like the depth on that team. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, how much play did substitutions really get throughout the season last year? Just for those who don't know, as well as myself.
Sure. Yeah. So it depended on the team. I know for myself, like TSI, we really didn't get that many, and I think Blue Team as well. The new Ward Seekers, they didn't sub very much themselves, but some teams subbed more than others. So it really depended. But I could see them rotating in and out. They're constantly like reassessing. So if someone's like outperforming someone else, I could definitely see a swap.
Would be good to see maybe even Goon Squad Blue or Goon Squad White, who are both absolutely stacked on players, you know, full rosters either side. It would be, you know, interesting to see how they could possibly utilize that. Maybe come up with a little bit of a different strategy. Maybe that allows for them to fine tune players to either characters or positions, you know, a little bit more than others. You know, you need a, I don't know, Varus bot lane. Get this guy who's really good at it. I don't know, you know. I'm
Yeah.
just shooting in the dark here, but
No, that makes sense. And so going off that Goon Squad Blue, Brett, you said that you were afraid of them. That's who I have slotted in as the number 2 power ranking slot for myself.
Ooh, humbled. It's not TSI.
Nope, it's not TSI. I have TSI at 3. I am a little biased. So if anyone wants to dispute that, go for it. But I am a little biased as well as confident in myself.
No, it's about I definitely TSI up there in my personal top 3. And the rest of it I just don't know. I would put Snake Pits slightly higher than Dayseeker. I just feel like out of the players I do know on that team, Fish succeeded at better of like putting the team on his back than Yosef ever had the opportunity to.
So you're saying, so based on my list, I have actually Clown Brigade in the 4th spot. You would put Snake Pit up there in the 4th spot.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I would say consensus we got because we talked about it. So we'll put Snake Pit up there because I think that was what Sinja was leaning towards a little bit as well. So we got Snake Pit at number 4, and then so at number 5, then one of our new teams, first new teams, we have Clown Brigade. Now this again, I don't know these players very well, so they have every like ability to show me up, and please do show me up. And then at the number 6 spot, Banana Hammock Haymakers, I got them right next to each other. Definitely unique picks coming out from Banana Hammock. They pulled out the Vi top from Vi himself, so and they beat us in the scrim. So I do have to disclaimer that they won a best 2 out of 3 against us, and I have them down this far. So they maybe I'm just too high on myself, but then again, I guess since I'm the one doing this, I get to put myself higher.
I think that also just goes to show that we don't really know. I mean, I know we've said it, but there's just a lot of question marks, you know? One of these new teams could absolutely crank the can open on what we know from season 1, and every season as we slowly start to build up, it's just going to get more and more up in the air. And you know, I'm sure there'll be the standout players, the MVPs, the stars, but this is a very exciting opportunity to be hopping in and getting involved with the league and seeing what's to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, like one of my favorite things about playoffs was the fact that Goblins was our 5th seed and made it all the way to finals.
Oh yeah.
And so if I have no problem to put Banana Hammock Haymakers as my 6th power ranking because I don't know them, and they come out here and go on something undefeated. Like that's such a fun Cinderella story.
Yeah, and then to round it out, I have 7 Ward Seekers. I definitely think they have the opportunity to skyrocket these power rankings. Their solo duo ranks don't look that intimidating, but like I've said, they play together all the time. And as we saw last season, like the teams that had played together before come out of the gate hot. So definitely looking to see them make a jump. I think that's possible. And then the final spot there, someone had to be last. We put Goon Squad White. Sinja told me to put him there.
Whoa! Whoa, buddy!
I mean, yeah, I hate to say Goon Squad White, but you guys don't have anything on Fat Boy Gamer 56 and Cheese Guzzler. Like, I'm sorry, but Word Seekers all the way, baby. Let's get it.
Yeah, those are their PG names. They gave me some different names. I denied a few of them, so that's what we came up with the PG realm.
Ah,
Well, you know what?
Awesome.
Cheese Guzzler all the way. My MVP. I'm putting in the vote. Sealing the envelope and stamping it, baby. Let's go.
Sweet. I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. If anybody else has any last comments before we close that out.
No.
I think a
let's-
good thing to do, as we're doing this weekly, a couple of shout outs I have to chat. We have for the game mode to do capture the flag with a control ward. AKG Bunny, shout go Snake Pits. I'm not gonna say number one because you're not.
Ooh. Ooh, shade. Coming out
But,
already.
just like I always appreciated it on cast. Please interact with chat and Twitch. I at least read it and it makes it fun for me. The more and more wild we can get chat, the more and more fun it's for you guys.
Same
Sweet.
here, as a caster, especially coming into it, it's always good to just see some hype, see some screaming, let's see some emotion this season. Let's get some, I mean, I'm always a fan of a little bit of anger, a little bit of trash talk. Of course, keep it civil.
I mean,
But
we
let's-
made a
let's-
whole channel for the people who couldn't keep it civil.
Oh yeah, let's light it up. Let's get it going. Give us some content, baby. Let's go. You know?
Yeah, but I think we should call it here.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, I think that was a great first podcast. Like I said, we're gonna be bringing these weekly, doing a recap of the week, preview of the week before. So catch us here. We don't have a set date, but we'll keep you posted.
Take care.
All right.
First
So-
blood.